never had someone phone me. During a thing. But I don't recognize that number, so I don't care. It's a full body thing too, because my phone's in my pocket and it's going, and my watch is going.
That's when you kind of in the middle of something right now.
Yeah.
My TV show.
Hello. I'm broadcasting live to the internet. New phone, who dis? What's
Hello.
a Smosh? They're the 4th most subscribed YouTube channel, according to Radian.
They have
They're very
they
popular.
have a movie on Netflix.
They do. Yeah.
I have not seen it.
They're nominally a sketch troupe, kinda. Well, it's 2 guys. And then Smosh Gaming, actually met some of them at the Escapist Expo. They were cool folks. Smosh Gaming is their sort of gaming channel. And sometimes the 2 guys from the Smosh proper do the gaming stuff, but generally the gaming people is like a separate sort of branch, I guess. Anyway, this is 100% the first I've heard of them. Well, it's not for me, so it might not be for you. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Nope.
They don't need your help. They're doing just fine.
There are many other things that you could watch on YouTube, so it's probably not going to, you're probably not going to run out of things on YouTube if you don't watch Smosh stuff.
Graham, was that line, which is now the title of a video producer, apparently some built-up bitterness from you or Kathleen? I wouldn't say bitterness. I just think it's short-sighted to call yourself a YouTuber when YouTube is the name of your platform, right? It's like I'm a Netflixer. I make a series for Netflix, right? It's weird, but they're also sort of in the situation where, especially with this game, are they not going to sue this game? They're about to lose YouTube as a thing, and it's going to just become generic online video, right? Like Kleenex or like Google, right? I'll just Google that, right? Oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber. What's that mean? It means you make video, even if you don't use YouTube. You could be a YouTuber who posts a Vimeo, right?
Yeah, and I think there is at least in my perception, YouTuber could be a real thing, as separate from a video producer, in the sense that there are people who are sort of their identity is sort of inexorably tied to YouTube. I'm just thinking of some of the really high end video bloggers or whatever, right? They are YouTube people in the sense that they not only are producing videos, but they're deeply integrated in sort of the YouTube community.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
And are probably, in a lot of cases, unknown, and that's totally fine outside the YouTube community.
Yeah, a lot of people say Viner as well. Viner is a little more. Viner's interesting because Vine is a platform, but also a medium. I would argue
it does have a very.
It's a very specific thing.
A very
so it's
specific. Yeah, that does have a specific meaning, whereas YouTube is just whatever.
Yeah. Would vlogger be a better description? Well, that's the thing, right? Is that the game lets you could be a vlogger, you could be a let's player, you can do all sorts of stuff. It's weird.
But I don't know. To me, anyway, it seems like I can think of people who are like a vlogger or a let's play person or something, and then there's people who I think of as YouTubers. In the sense that there's a certain kind of content that seems sort of specifically tied to YouTube, I guess.
Yeah. Thanks, Caleb. Much appreciated. Let's talk about the news. So yeah, the Street Fighter story.
Yeah.
Oh, Street Fighter story. Mostly just that. So this was. Paul and I were talking about this earlier. They basically, Kathleen wrote the story. That they wanted to get the game out for competitions like Evo, so they released the PvP and the plain the danger room map or
the
area
in order to like try stuff.
Yeah.
Train.
To get that out there in time for the competitions. But anyone who's not part of the actual fighting game community was like, where the fuck is the game?
Right.
Because there was no arcade mode. It was like coming soon.
It seems like they could have released it, done like maybe sort of like the Overwatch thing, like released it as like a beta or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
To use it for that purpose. But when you're actually selling it as what is ostensibly a finished product.
Yeah, but all the options are like coming soon, coming soon, coming soon.
Yeah, and then a couple of weeks down the road, they add the actual being able to, play the game in an arcade thing.
Yeah, sorry, Carlock. We forgot to change the title before we went live, but it's updated now. So the emails are all wrong. So sorry. The poise thing I find super funny in Dark Souls because, like I said, people have gone into Dark Souls 3 and been like, look, the poise stat is right here, but it's not doing what poise is supposed to do. And they've even turned it back on to make it act like poise did in Dark Souls 1.
And poise was always kind of a subtle thing anyway.
Yeah. And now now From Software is like, no. Poise is in the game and it's working as intended. You just haven't figured it out yet, or you haven't realized, or whatever. And so it's now people are like, well now what?
That's such like the like epitome of Dark Souls thing, right?
Yeah.
Because there always has been that thing where it's like, the progression of like how you level or like how a weapon gets more powerful and stuff has never been explicitly stated. People have had to just kind of figure it out over time.
Yeah.
And so this is the like epitome of it's like there's circumstances where poise makes a difference. It's entirely possible that the however many hundreds of thousands of hours people have already put into Dark Souls 3, nobody has actually encountered those specific circumstances yet. But there are circumstances in which poise becomes a thing.
Apparently, they figured out what it does. It affects iframes? Huh. Interesting. All right. Right. Cobra Club HD, which is so the name of that story was "Shh, nobody tell Twitch" because it's actually on Twitch's list of banned games. Which the creator makes a lot of games involving and about sexuality because
he also made the like shower simulator.
Yeah. And he thinks it's dumb that Twitch bans these games. Because Twitch's thing is like if sex or sexuality is the point of the game, then it's
or like the majority of the game.
Yeah, then it's banned. Whereas a game that has a sex scene is fine, and he thinks that that's stupid, which is a reasonable stance for him to take.
So it's like The Witcher versus whatever.
And this is the HD re-release of Cobra Club that
and it's free because payment processors won't process adult stuff.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to risk like getting his PayPal account blocked or whatever.
Which is such a shame. It's just like he wants to make game content about sexuality, but no one can stream it and no one can pay him for it, and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
I will say, I went to the Tumblr, and for a game that's entirely about taking bathroom dick pic selfies, all the dicks look kind of the same. Like, you can change the length and girth and skin tone. That's about it. They're all sort of the same shape, just at different scales.
I want like some serious, Avatar style customization.
Yeah, I want like a me. I want to be able to make my virtual penis look like Admiral Akbar.
And then, I mean, that's where you make the money, right? You do little DLC costumes.
Yes. Perfect. A hat.
Little hats.
A little top hat.
Costume packs. You get like the Assassin's Creed outfit or whatever. That's how you make the money.
Graham, you're taking it to a new level. I'm in my office watching, then I walked to my bedroom and heard your voice because I left my other computer on. I was on a hidden tab in another room. Wow.
Ooh, just leave it open on tabs all around your...
Monster Factory Cobra Club. Oh my god.
It's...
No control of curvation? Not that I could see, no.
Yeah.
Oh, you can be erect or not.
And And apparently there is strap-on support.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Oh, that's if you want your avatar to not inherently have a penis, but to then be wearing a strap-on, which is cool.
Can you do both?
I don't know.
Double it up?
I've not actually played the game myself, so I don't know.
But yeah, it's an interesting idea to like take that one little piece of whatever culture.
I don't know if there's circumcision options.
It's basically
Maybe?
it's like Yoshi's Safari or whatever, like they're taking pictures of things, but it's your own dick.
Right, Blizzard taking a hardline stance on cheating, which is great. Everyone who played the Overwatch beta is like, that sounds awesome. I didn't actually know that there was cheating, but I guess there's always cheating in something, but I hadn't actually heard anything. But,
I mean, that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, like, I mean, this, I want to talk to, this, you get like, Steptoe or somebody, because it's like, it's easy to say one thing of cheating in your band.
yeah.
But then it's like, okay, so what happens when somebody accuses somebody else of cheating and they didn't?
Well, they look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they've also said that while kill cams and play of the game replays are useful to them, they are not categorical proof, because sometimes the replays
will sometimes like drop frames, so it look like somebody will be shooting from a position where they couldn't have or something.
Yeah, and so that is not an explicit indication of someone who is cheating, but send it to them anyway, and they will look into it. Basically.
Yeah,
so.
it just like basically what I mean, like with the zero tolerance policy, that only works if their tools for evaluating who's a cheater and who's not are also,
Not cheatable.
are like as perfect as possible.
Yeah.
That they need to be able to actually definitively prove that one way or another, which, whether they can do that or not is question.
But I just love their comment that like some players are just really good at first person shooters.
Yeah.
It's like, look, sometimes I saw a video, someone linked to it. It was a stream. It was live streamed of someone playing Widowmaker with like two guys watching him, and it was insane. It was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's that thing where the moment. I mean, that's like an old.
I think
from like Team Fortress or whatever, where it's like, as soon as you're actually any good, people are like, oh, aim hack or whatever.
Andrew, I think you can get away with that. Yeah, if he streams on Twitch, him playing Cobra Club, but not actually streaming Cobra Club. So he's basically just streaming Andrew reacts to Cobra Club. I think that's
presumably that'd be fine. I mean, presumably Cobra Club wouldn't be in like the game database.
No,
for
you wouldn't be able to do that. You'd probably just call it gaming talk shows.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like we are.
I mean, Twitch people react to games, I guess, is a thing.
Yeah. And then, like I said, YouTuber's Life. I still think they're gonna get legal problems with that name. YouTuber's Life is. I was surprised with how deep it went in the trailer with like editing videos and uploading and managing followers and everything, and then reading the Steam description where it's like, and brand integration deals from high-tech and gaming brands, and I'm like, first of all, holy crap. Secondly, that happens to like a dozen channels. Like, okay, that's maybe a couple hundred. Like, most YouTubers do not get
brand integration
deals.
And I mean, and now, we've talked about it on Checkpoint before. I wonder if they have like the now, you have to figure out how to put in the like the disclosure that it's a brand integration thing.
Yeah.
And if you make
the the advertising council.
FCC.
Thank you. The FCC will come knocking.
But then it's like, so you have to figure out, you have to balance putting that notice in there with, making it too prominent. Then you have to figure out, if you make that notice too prominent, or if, you do the thing wrong, then maybe your followers will like turn on you because they're like, oh, he's just a show for this product.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of, you got to balance all these things. I like the idea of the maybe like have meters with like, authenticity versus marketing or like shill.
Yeah.
And you have to balance those meters.
I want to have it get to a point where you're so popular that you need to be producing a certain amount of content to please your now large enough fan base that's not large enough to generate YouTube revenue for you to live on, but that you can't hold a job and produce enough content at the same time, so that you need to crowdfund.
Yeah. Where's that? Yeah,
There's a lot of people in that butter zone. A lot of people.
It's whatever. I think it's the opposite of a butter zone. It's the curdled butter zone.
The curdle zone. Wow.
Rancid zone.
Oof, gross. And then, in the coming up, we mentioned Serial Cleaner, which I read the description. I was like, oh, like Viscera cleanup detail. And I looked at it, and it's not. It's third person. It's very stylized. It's set in the 70s. Third person. It's a stealth game. You're trying to clean up the kill site, which is being actively patrolled by cops.
I love the idea of like a cop, like you walk in and there's like, oh no, there's a guy who's dead and there's blood everywhere. Holy crap. Then walks away and then like comes back and there's like less blood and like the guy's been moved.
Yeah.
And he's like, huh, that's weird. And then goes away and comes back and it's all gone. It's like, oh well.
Seems fine.
You just have to like the idea of like a secret cleaner. I find like cleaner as like, you know, obviously it's using cleaner in the sense of the, you know, guy cleaning up after a crime scene, but it also is sort of a janitor, like the idea of like a stealth janitor.
Yeah.
That only cleans when you're not watching.
Yeah. I guess there wasn't a murder after all.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too specific on this for spoiler reasons, because I know people are very sensitive to Undertale spoilers. But Fangamer is making the Undertale merchandise. And two fun things that they did. One, there was a discount code a while ago that was like so-and-so's discount code, and for Undertale merchandise. And if you used specifically so-and-so's discount code, you also got like a postcard with your order that was like, you got the bad ending, which I really enjoyed.
Because Undertale is all about like sort of punishing you for going the easy way, right?
Yeah, and choice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, there's a plush toy that you can cut into.
Well, yeah. So it's basically like, because there's all these, you know, there's all sorts of Easter eggs and secrets in Undertale. This plush toy has a secret in that you can cut into it, and there's a thing
inside the stuffing.
There's an
object
that is
in the stuffing
that is not mentioned at all. So you'd only see it if you knew that it was there, or you for some reason ripped open your toy.
Yeah, because you need to tear your toy apart and take the stuffing out to get to it. So, yeah, Undertale.
Yeah.
Woof. Anyway, thinking about YouTubers. I didn't actually watch that, which I should.
The Dark Souls mimic thing is pretty amazing.
Oh, did someone disguise themselves as a mimic in Dark Souls?
Well, apparently that's like it's actually become like, I guess, a meme or whatever. Is that it's what you do? Apparently the technique is you disguise yourself as a mimic.
Yeah.
And just stay totally still, except it's just like a dude with like a chest on his head, because that's what the outfit looks like.
Right.
And you stay perfectly still, and then if the guy comes up to you and like tries to do something to you, then you attack him. But if he uses if the guy who has like invaded your game uses the item that puts mimics to sleep, then you sit down and stop and don't fight him. you act as a mimic
on the honor system.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's how you play it properly.
So I didn't actually get into this particular story that you linked to, but there's this massive sort of tell-all behind the scenes of Lionhead Studios series of stuff that came out, and like a whole bunch of crazy shit from behind the scenes at Lionhead.
Yeah.
And, like, some of it is like, oh, that's pretty cool, and some of it's like, that's super fucked up and not okay. Like, there's been some like a lot of different angles on this story.
It's the one that I noticed in particular was talking about the Milo and Kate thing.
Yeah, which was
So for one thing, finally revealing what everybody kind of knew, which was that the demo was pre-rendered. And then basically like talking about that they made the demo, like, because it was one of like the first things that was demoed as a thing they could do with the Kinect, right?
yeah.
And and it was before the Kinect had kind of been locked down in terms of specs. And then it was basically, as you know, Lionhead was working on this, and at the same time Microsoft was working on the Kinect, and the specs for the Kinect started getting lower and lower and lower as, you know, they started realizing how much it was going to cost. And Lionhead was like, and they got lower and lower and lower until they were like, this Milo game is going to be like 4 mini games where you play games with this kid. Like, it's going to be crap. And so they just canceled it. But it's basically like it's this idea of like, you know, Molyneux's whole thing obviously already is always like super overpromising.
Yeah.
And there was certainly some of that here, but there was also just this like, oh, that's what the Kinect can do.
Yeah.
Which is possibly the reason why, like, the Microsoft not only overselling it to customers, but also overselling it to developers.
Yeah.
I think could be part of the reason why it was so, you know, the games that came out for it were so kind of limited.
Yeah. There's some stuff that people thought was pretty cool from this interview, or not even an interview. It was sort of like a the thing that you linked, the Ars Technica thing, is actually talks to Peter Molyneux. The thing that I saw was a different guy from Lionhead who was just sort of doing like my years at Lionhead, kind of like all that sort of stuff. And there was some stuff that people really liked, which was like,
nice thing about it, when a company grows out of business, everyone's like, guess I can talk about it now.
Yeah, whereas like in Fable they had, that's the one, the inside story. It's like in Fable they had like some characters that were gay, and that pissed off people who didn't like gay people. They're like, no, this is lame. And so for Fable 2 they were like, sweet, put more gay people in there, piss them off. Why not? And talking about them fighting with Microsoft at the mere notion of having a woman on the cover of one of the games, and they're like, nope, won't sell. And they're like, you know, but then on the other side of things, they're talking about massively glorifying crunch, and talking about just how much, especially in the early days, how much of a complete, like, really uncomfortable boys club it was. With like, you know, oh, now we actually have HR and so-and-so's around, we can't use homophobic slurs anymore. And yeah, it's not like...
It's a weird dichotomy.
It's very weird. There's, like, a lot of people sort of took that one little paragraph and were like, look how great Lionhead were. And then other people were like, yeah, but did you read the rest of the article? Because there's actually a lot of really shitty stuff in there too. So it's actually just sort of... I just find it interesting. I think it's an interesting read of, like, a bunch of shit, good and bad, at a game studio.
And then there's just the like Fable Legends, which
they spent $75 million on and canceled it.
Burned $75 million gone, and however many years of production.
Yeah.
And then I think
they're like, we shouldn't be spending this much on a free to play game. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
Dared00 says, wait, is the streams in Loading Ready Run streams a verb or a plural noun? You got it. Why not both? We did a story last week about Sega taking action against people who were uploading full episodes of Sonic Boom to YouTube.
Or warning people that they were going to take action.
Yeah. Turns out that's because they've made a deal to bring it to Hulu.
Right.
So there you go.
And yeah, it's kind of awkward to make exclusive deals with video streaming sites when everybody goes to a different video streaming site to watch your stuff.
Mm-hmm. Spluga, Goddess isn't Lionhead. Goddess is 22 Cans, which is where Peter Molyneux founded after he left Lionhead.
Mm-hmm.
And to your second question, which is, did it ever get finished? That depends on your definition of finished. I would look into that and decide for yourself.
Yeah.
Something certainly was released.
Yeah. I would put forward that, a lot of the dysfunction of Lionhead Studios seems to have been translated over.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. Oh, someone, of course, recreated the trailer for the World of Warcraft movie in World of Warcraft, as you do.
Apparently very, very well done, like, scene for scene.
Whenever they do, like, recreating the movie trailers in Grand Theft Auto, it never quite works for me. I think it's because it's always so different. Like, I really like when they do it, when they do something like that, like this thing recreated in Grand Theft Auto, and it's generally there, but then there's one or two shots that's like, obviously X doesn't exist in Grand Theft Auto, so we've sort of sweeted it with this kind of ridiculous thing, and then you're like, but most of those trailer remakes are just all that, and you're sort of like, okay.
But if it was for the Grand Theft Auto movie, then it's a little different,
that would make sense.
Which is why this is kind of cool.
Has Molyneux released any game that was fully finished after leaving Lionhead? I mean, Curiosity
was finished.
Curiosity did exactly what it said on the tin.
Yeah. Some would argue that wasn't very good.
Yeah. But it was definitely
did do what it was supposed to do, I guess.
Hey,
Except that actual prize didn't really pan out.
Yep.
That
was most of it.
Oh yeah, I do like so there is literally, I think it's like just a couple of frames of the new Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer that people, because people are going through it frame by frame, and they see there's a Pokemon visible, like a little, in the gameplay.
Right.
There's a Pokemon visible that doesn't appear to be any of the Pokemon that have previously been announced or one of the other 800 Pokemon or whatever. And so people are like, oh, what's that Pokemon? Who is that Pokemon? Yeah. It's like, is that a Pokemon? Is it this Pokemon? Is it a different version of this Pokemon? Is it just a dog? Are there dogs in Pokemon? I don't think there are. I think it's like Dogmon or
Dogmon. Dog.
Dog.
Dog. Oh, okay. Which starter team are you for? I mean, like the rest of the internet, I think Rowlett's pretty great. By the way, because someone was not impressed with me on Twitter, I don't care for ragging on Poplio. I just said most people don't care about Poplio. I don't care about any of the three of them. I think they're all cute in their own way. I think Rowlett's probably got the edge on this one, but like Cam said, it's a spherical owl with a bow tie. It's like laser targeted to get into people's brains and go, oh.
I mean, they've done, the Pokemon Company, has
Litton's name in French is Flamiao. Flamiao. That's the best.
Litton is a pretty awesome name, I gotta say.
Yo, this kitten is lit.
Yeah. It's but yeah, the Pokemon Company, they've been designing Pokemon for a real long time. They know how to make a cute Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, hey, do you have the sub thing? From Live? We put all the names up?
I could.
Let's try that. Watch as we... Oh, here, let me switch this monitor back. Watch as we prep a thing live. I only just thought of it. Litton, wasn't she a pro wrestler? You're thinking of the kitten. Or cat, I guess.
The kitten was a pro wrestler?
No,
that's not a scary pro wrestler name.
It was the cat, actually.
Oh.
K-A-T, I think. Her gimmick was that she wanted to take her top off.
It's a solid gimmick.
Such was the state of women's wrestling in those days.
Did she ever succeed?
Once, very briefly, at a pay-per-view.
As
was-
what was the? She wanted to take her top off, and then there was a bunch of people on the other side who didn't want her to take her top off.
Yeah, it was the right to censor.
Oh.
Who thought
So they would just have wrestling matches about
they had a whole censorship angle back in that particular day.
right. So because that they've done that.
That's when they turned the Godfather into the Good Father.
They've done that a few times where it's like people are because that's WWE is like the only people who can do that. They're like these random people in the real world are saying a thing against us.
Yeah.
So what we could do is create people in our world representing that view and then punch them repeatedly.
Yeah.
Not many professions get to do that.
Unspoken Kibbles. I think you're thinking of Adam the Edge Copeland, aka the Rated R Superstar, who won the title, and then he and Lita celebrated by having, I can't remember what they called it, but it was literally just them humping in the ring.
Wow.
Yeah. Very strange.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works.
Oh, that's true. Moosefield Cat brings up a really good point. WWE does that. They also make whoever they're doing massive straw men.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Look at this dumbass.
I mean, if you're gonna make a version of the person so that you
yeah.
can punch them,
Of course.
you're not gonna like
gotta.
give them a really nuanced argument.
No.
It's like, this guy brings up a really good point.
That was it.
Punch.
Oh, right. Yeah, they called it that. Yeah, live sex celebration.
All right, so it looks like WNVIC is the WNVIC is the first.
So you enter the. I'm just fascinated to see how your
Oop.
how your coding works for this.
I need a thing to make this work. One sec. Continue entertaining people.
All right then. Has anyone in the Moonbase had a chance or a desire to give VR a spin? Desire, yes. I have not had a chance to yet, but I've seen some stuff that looks really cool, and hopefully we will get an opportunity to maybe stream something at some point.
I really want to try VR out.
Yeah, me too.
I
Then I never have to leave the house, except obviously I do. All the time.
I know it's a problem. It's a problem with having all the streaming set up here at the office.
Mm-hmm.
We're losing that big,
Never leave the house.
never leave the house
yeah.
thing. Maybe that's a good thing.
That can't be right.
What?
PAX South tickets go on sale tomorrow? We just had PAX South. Wow. Okay.
Turns out this whole PAX thing is really popular.
Huh. Oh. Also, Cam is logged in on Twitter here.
Sweet. I'm a big poo-poo head.
I'm a big purple. Oh, yeah, right. There are lots of Magic announcements today. So, one Magic-related announcement is that they're doing 2 announcements every year now, where they basically announce all the things. So, one of those was today, where they announced most of the things.
Oh, wow.
So, the fall set is called Kaladesh, which is Chandra's home plane from Magic Origins.
Ooh.
And the second set in that block is called Aether Revolt, which could be interesting. And they've stopped using the A ligature.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it apparently just causes way more problems than it's worth.
As somebody who has just been actually working with that, yes, it does.
Yeah.
Also, accents on letters.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass.
So yeah.
Excuse me while I just download Node.
Don't worry
because
about it.
apparently it's not on this computer.
So yeah, Kaladesh and Aether Revolt are the 2 sets in the Kaladesh block, which is the next fall set, and that seems pretty sweet. And the main sort of character, like the key art, is a Planeswalker. It's not Chandra. Her name is...
So this is a different Planeswalker from Kaladesh.
Yes. Whoop.
Is she also the Firesman?
No, she looks like an artificer.
Oh, okay. So it's not like the fire thing isn't like a Kaladesh thing.
Of course, the chat knows. Saheeli Rai, or Rai? I actually don't know how to pronounce the last name. Rai. Saheeli Rai. Awesome. So anyway, she looks sweet. And she does look blue. She looks like she's making Artifact, whatever. Her name is John Cena. What else? Okay, they're replacing intro packs with Planeswalker decks, these are meant to be the intermediary step between. You got like your starter pack, like the 30 card whatever,
and then you have the event decks.
the deck builder's toolkit.
Oh, deck builder's toolkit
is like the step 3, and the step 2 was the intro packs, but they want to make that better.
What about event decks? Where do those fit in? Do they not do those anymore?
Not really.
Oh.
No. So they have these Planeswalker decks, which are actually there's gonna be 2, I think, per set, and they're gonna actually have Planeswalkers in them.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be fun.
That was always a bit of an annoyance. It was like, you get the Garrick deck. This is the deck that Garrick would have.
Yeah,
but he's not in it.
Yeah.
Because Garrick is too expensive.
They're doing a Plane Chase anthology. So they're re-releasing all the Plane Chase stuff in one sort of thing. They announced Commander 2016 with 4-color legendary creatures. Get those the Nephilim colors.
Nice.
Because right now the Nephilim are the only options really for 4-color commanders. And there was one other thing that they announced. Nissa versus Ob Nixilis as the next dual deck. So, yeah, lots of announcements today. Right, 1 copy of the Planeswalker themselves, 2 rares that specifically tutor for that Planeswalker? Really? 3 uncommons that are enhanced by having the Planeswalker on the battlefield. Neat. Oh, and a Conspiracy draft pack. MSRP $12. Just 3 packs of Conspiracy. And they're changing fat packs also. They're calling them the set name bundle. So the Kaladesh bundle will have all the same stuff a fat pack does, but instead of the 2,
they're called big boned packs.
Yeah. Instead of the 2 like cardboard deck boxes, instead of those, 10 boosters instead of 9. So I guess instead of those, an additional booster is what I should have said.
So you lose the cardboard deck box, but you get an extra booster.
Yeah.
That seems like a worthwhile trade-off.
I did not see the set symbols for Kaladesh or Aether Revolt, but I would like to.
Alrighty, so let's see if this works.
Let's find out together.
So the idea basically is you can go in here, you say who you want it to start at.
All right.
And how fast you want it to go.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
All right, everybody. Debugging live.
Should we bring in subscriber welcoming time?
All right.
I don't know if we still want to do that. Whoop.
Also, subscriber welcoming time.
Maybe drag.
Yeah, let's move it down a little bit.
All right, let's try this. Let's try combining them. Go for it. Hey, W. Nevik with a 29-month resub.
Woo.
Welcome back, W. Nevik. Denny McG with a 6-month resub. Welcome back, Denny McG. Devin Sanity, 29 months. Devin Sanity. Snorri the Nosebiter, the 1 year from Snorri the Nosebiter, 12 months. Wasser 3000 with a 3-month resub. 38911 basic bites free with a 3-month resub as well. Welcome back. Bandwidth Raptor with a 5-month resub. Lance Cross, 28 months. Welcome back, Lance Cross. No Soul with a 33-month resub. Welcome back, No Soul for 33 months. Mixed up with cookies. I would like that. 6-month resub, mixed up with cookies. LRR Cap T with a 5-month resub. Welcome back, LRR Cap T. Sly Guy, 46 with a 13-month resub. The Bentusi with a 28-month resub. Welcome back, Bentusi.
We can't slow it down
Orthogonal T with a 24-month resub. The 2 years from Orthogonal T. Cycle Boy. 23-month resub. Welcome back, Cycle Boy. Arakel with an 18-month resub. Welcome back, Arakel. Eldrin 13 with a 20-month resub. Welcome back, Eldrin 13. Arborist Andrew. He does tree things. 8 months from Arborist Andrew. Napalm Sideburns. 21 months from Napalm Sideburns. Bondulov, I'm sorry, 13-month resub. That was a terrible mispronunciation. Wily Coyote 556 with a number of resubs that I missed. Next time,
we can slow that down.
We'll slow that down from that was a 3-second loop. Let's maybe for checkpoint. Let's maybe do a 5-second loop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're learning. Whoa. Wile E. Coyote with a
Oh, I like
28-month resub from Wile E. Coyote 556.
I like the idea of it starts.
Bondulf.
It starts at whatever you set it to, and then just slowly gets faster and faster as it goes.
That would be awful.
Are you gonna redesign warning butts with the rest of Checkpoint? Warning butts, I don't think was like designed in the first place.
Yeah.
That's just the text warning butts.
Ooh. Kaladesh and Aether Revolt look pretty sweet.
Wow, yeah, they are getting very very intricate with the thing. They used to be a little bit more.
Yeah, I'd say their symbols look maybe a little busy, but they're running out of really simple stuff they can do. So.
Well, and I'm assuming that's also just like their printing process is better now. It's the I Love Lucy conveyor belt episode. So
Definitely think the storm count needs to be further from the corner. Yeah, I think probably
further from the corner. Yep, we can move it wherever. Nope, that's not the storm
No,
count.
is this not it? Is this
Bye.
Not, is this not what you wanted?
This is kind of like moving the storm count further
This
away.
is as far as I can move it.
Yeah,
Why can't I move it any further away?
I don't know.
All right. It's this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just have to click. Yeah, there you go.
like there.
Boop.
Yeah, there we go. Goodbye. What?
All right. As you can see, still experimenting with some of the overlay stuff.
Lots going on.
And that will most likely continue at least through this week. Mainly because all of the overlay elements for the shows are not actually done yet.
Yeah.
So they will be coming in over the week, and we will be putting stuff up. Yeah. I do like all the different ways of spelling "fut." Although I don't know what. Yeah, I don't quite know how to pronounce the umlaut. Like, I feel like we're mostly just kind of not pronouncing it. Like, just F-U-T. But somehow it has to be there. If it was like, it's almost like one of those characters that you would have in, in languages that have, that have like f, t, have like a click in them or something.
Yeah. The umlaut is silent. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The umlaut is silent.
But it needs to be there.
You can tell the umlaut is silent because it's not over anything.
Yeah, exactly. Foot. It's too
Umlaut is a grunt. Foot.
Has anyone developed symbols for Kathleen's thing? Oh, the symbols that spell whatever the hell noise she made?
For the poll that they did, for whose thing wins, there were symbols for it. I don't know who came up with those.
I didn't see that straw poll because I couldn't see the chat, but
I don't know who came up with what those symbols are. But
Sketchy Details. I'm super hyped for the new conspiracy set, but it was announced a while ago, so I remain hyped, but I just didn't mention it as a new thing.
I like the idea of that. The FU and the T are silent, but the umlaut with no line under it is with nothing under it is pronounced "fut."
I love that "fut" of all things took off. Oh, is this a straw poll? Let's take a look. Loading ready run. No, sorry, living ready run. Run. Okay, FUT's winning. Rainbow Time Magic Hour. Livid ready run. Thinking load ready run. Castle Learning Channel. Wow, I didn't know you could do this many options on a straw poll. The Gruntling. Mr. Lodio's ready to run. Right. Because Corey said Rainbow Time Magic Hour, and we're like, this is longer than an hour. And so then the follow-up was the Rainbow Time 90 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it there.
Oh, very nice.
It's at least
one of those characters.
Yeah, one
display.
character. Well, considering that straw poll uses like a weird handwritten font, which always vaguely offends me.
So the least voted is Livid Ready Runs.
What was number 8? So it was
FUT,
FUT, Wizard Chat.
Loading ready, run, present the big thing.
Oh,
or
the
big
big one.
Loading ready, live.
That thing.
The symbols are jumping up the board. Saturday Night Live, the learning channel, Beards. James Turner gets soap sock till he passes out.
Interrobang. Wait, no, not Interrobang. I saw that Dostro subscribed, and then somebody said Interrobang in the chat, and my brain got confused.
Dostro with a 30-month resub.
Dostro!
Welcome back, Dostro. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Isn't that the guy with the metal face? No, that's Destro.
Yes.
I'm thinking of Destro.
No, we've met Dostro.
Right.
Dostro, I can assure you he does not have a metal face.
Well, not when you met him.
I mean, unless he's got skin on top of the metal face, which I guess is feasible.
If G.I. Joe has taught me anything,
Yeah.
those guys wear masks. Cobra Commander wears his face thing under a rubber mask.
Yeah. I think I saw in the Saturday Night Live, I think one of the mods, probably Foxmar, told me that the PSN clan.
Oh, Dostro's the one who intercepted Fangamer during the DB5 race.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Excellent. Good job,
And
Agent Dostro.
He's won Ken Stacy stuff. He's an enforcer. Met him a couple of times at PAX South. How was I going with that? Oh yeah, the PSN clan was. What did I do? You told me that the PSN clan was talking about Saturday Night Live. Right. And I was like, I get it, but you know that doesn't work when said out loud. Which is why in the video it's like Saturday Night Live, and Kelly goes, "What?" I'm like, "It looked better written down." I don't know.
Saturday Day Live.
Tantusar is pushing for open comedy as a Commodore, like a. Is it a reference to BASIC, or is it just like a? I can't remember why you mentioned that originally.
Open comedy. So like open source?
Maybe. I've always liked the cadence of. There's a button on the Commodore 64 keyboard that says "Run, Stop, Restore," and I've always liked the cadence of just the phrase. If you do it as a phrase, "Run, Stop, Restore."
Run, Stop, Restore.
But it's terrible as a name for the fucking show.
I like the idea. I mean, presumably that's like different things that button can do.
Yeah.
Although I do like the idea that it's just one button that runs a thing, stops it, and then because
Loading ready now? No, that didn't come up either. We didn't. No one thought of that. We threw around a bunch of ideas, unsleeved.
But I like the idea of run, stop, restore.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like there's one button that runs a program, then stops the program, and then restores your computer because whatever you ran broke your computer.
Yeah.
It's just they found that they were doing that over and over again because every program they made broke the computer, so they just made a button that does that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for Checkpoint for this week. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And be sure to tune in tonight for the premiere episode of Tinker Tailor Solder Fry.
Ooh.
Which we're very excited about.
Tinker Tailor Solder Fry.
Don't go away. Well, go away for like several hours.
Yeah.
3.5 hours.
If you just sit here looking at your computer, it might not be that interesting.
Yeah. But we'll see you back here tonight at 6 p.m. local time, right? It is 6? We said 6? Okay, good. So, yeah. See you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Whoop. Nope. There it is.